Hey guys, my name is Shay, aka Stitchopotamus here on YouTube, and this is my 22nd Flosstube. I don't know how many videos, but it's 22nd Flosstube. It's my first one this month, which is the month of July, because I've been stupid busy. It has been a whirlwind past couple weeks, not necessarily in a bad way, but some of it has been pretty all-encompassing, I suppose. It's going to be maybe a bit of a longer video today, too, because I want to talk about all my normal Flosstube things, like talking about the stuff I've been working on, but I also have a crap ton of stash. You can't see it yet, but I'll show you. I have a crap ton of stash. I also have all of my stuff from Stitching Sirens retreat to kind of talk through, because I haven't been able to do that yet. But yeah, it's a Flosstube. Let's do the normal Flosstube things. I haven't really watched any Flosstube. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I always see people's Flosstubes on my like YouTube, and I go, you know what, I should watch that, and then I don't. I watch something else. Part of being ADHD, I suppose. Nothing really new about the way I'm stitching at all that I can think of. I'm stitching on a new fabric, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Not a new type of fabric, technically, but it's like a weird, it feels weird. Not in a bad way, but it does feel weird. So we'll talk about that. So nothing new about the way I'm stitching. Guess we'll do finishes first. So I have two finishes. Yay! And one of the reasons why I didn't get I don't have a whole bunch of projects done, or I haven't done a whole bunch of stitches this past couple weeks, or past month, has been because I've catching up on one of these. It's been lengthy. So first off, first finish on the pile, not first finish. First finish that I finished. This is Quarter Crows. Yay! By Fine Frog Stitching. It is completed. It is completed. It is on 28 count caca by Witch's Garden Crafts, which is one of my favorite even weaves in the world, and I love it. I love everything about it. It's so cute. I love that the queen is the top dog on this, or top crow, top crow on this wall of frames, which is pretty cool. I like his little sash, the king's sash and uniform. It's pretty cool. I like the little crow head, though I feel like that's a little morbid if you're crows. Like, why would you have a skull on your, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I was like, that's weird. It's not, maybe. But I love everything about it. I love the way she uses color. I love the way that she uses shadows, like here in her neck and here in her neck, the princess's neck. It's just great. I love everything about it. It was pretty quick to finish because her releases don't tend to be too big. They tend to be like one of these frames. So you're looking at like usually less than 500 stitches. So finished it all. It is completed pretty much on time. Not too far off of time. Maybe like a couple days or a week. But it's finished. Yay! My second finish is Welcome to the Wicked Woods. Just a second. Make sure you can see all of it. Or most of it. Okay, I think so. This is Wicked Woods by Stay Platinum Stitchery. With that, that's my little card that tells me what kind of fabric it is, just in case I needed it. This is completed, and this was a behemoth. This is one of the reasons why it took me so long to get other stuff done, just because I was stitching on this for a week, and I just noticed I left a little waist knot. It's okay, I'll fix it. I love it. I love everything about it. It was a pain in the butt to stitch. I have a couple of parts where I'm very much off, but you can't tell, and I'm not going to tell you where they are. So that's what that is. I just love it. I love everything about it. I love my little fairy circle. I love my little demon dogs. I love my like little octopus. It's just fun. It's just fun. It's just fun. This is on Hide Behind by Cryptic Cloths or Black Dahlia Fabrics. And it's 28 count even weave. It was what was the recommended fabric for this. I love this like really pretty gray purple. It's my favorite, and it's completed. Yay! This one was completed probably 2 weeks, maybe 3 after it was the final one was released. But I got it done, and that's all that matters. So I did most of this is what I was working on most of the time during retreat. I didn't get a lot of stuff done in retreat because we were talking too much. We were all a little scattered. And I was helping to and all that kind of stuff. And I got back into Pokemon, which doesn't help me finish stuff for Crossstitch. This is one of the only things that's caught up right now. This is Colourpop Blackwork by Spruce Craft Co. It is on 16 count, I believe. Ada by Under the Sea Fabrics. It's Tiramisu, and it's caught up. I don't have any new releases for this one. I think there's only 2 left now. It's been fun. I like doing black work. Black work is something that I enjoy, and I like the pops of color. And yeah, I finished this one off, or caught this one up, I guess, at Retreat 2. Finished this one off, and then I started working on Wicked Woods. So she's all caught up. So she is a finish for now, though the next one should be coming out here probably in another week or so. Put her off to the side so I don't mix her up. So that was, again, Colourpop Blackwork Style by Spruce Craft Co. This is not caught up anymore because the most recent release just released. How many times can I say release in one sentence? The most recent release released last week, earlier this week, I think. So I have one here, the Mouse's Wedding, I think is what it was called. So it kind of comes down in here like this. But so far, I've been really enjoying it. I do enjoy it. I love, this is by Cortinion, I think I'm saying it correctly this time, Cortinion Designs. And I love her like monochromatic pop of color kind of styles like this. It's just fun, and it's pretty quick generally, even if it's a lot of stitches. So this probably here is probably 2,000, in the range of 2,000 stitches. But yeah, not caught up, but not super behind either. So, y'all, that is, oh, and it's on Sarah's by 28 count even weave Sarah's by Under the Sea Fabrics, which was also the recommended, but also from my local needlework shop. So, Burrowtails, I don't know if I said the name. I have a headache, guys, so if I'm a little bit wonky today, I just found another waist knot. I'm always finding waist knots. It is on Sarah's, 28 count Sarah's even weave by Under the Sea Fabrics, and it is Burrowtails by Cortinion Designs, or Creations, I believe. And it is not super far behind, but it is not caught up. This is Book of the Poison Garden, and it is, I have like 3 or 4 pages to do. They're not super huge, so it shouldn't take me too long. I just got to do them. This is by Living on the Rainbow. And this is the cover, which I don't know if I showed you the completed cover. This is the cover here, which I love. I love this little frog, is super cute. And then this is the beginning of the pages. This is the first page I did, which is like the cover page. And I put my name and 2025. And yeah, so this is all with treasure braid, petite treasure braid. So this is the first time I've ever used petite treasure braid, but it's been fun. So the fabrics are Vintage Country Mocha, I believe, in a linen, I won't say it's a 32 count linen, and then just a white 18 count Ada. Is one of the, I got the fabrics in the kit from Lady Revenga Crafts, so if you're ever wondering. So these are 2 of my starts, and then I have one more start underneath this. Again, I haven't gotten a whole bunch of stuff done, but I have a couple of starts. So this is the very beginning of Motel by PandoraXStitch. This is on 28 count even weave in Carmen by Under the Sea Fabrics. I also got it in one of the linens, so you can see the difference in the colors if you ever wanted to. As I thought I might want that linen instead of this one, but I ended up liking this one just fine. This is the beginning of the frame. It is like a frame and 2 releases so far, and it's already 14,000 stitches. So I'm just going to kind of plug in at it as I can, but I'm not going to quit doing everything else just to do this one, because I won't be getting anything but this done. And to be honest, just a lot of black stitching is kind of boring. So it's not all black, but there's like purples and greens and such like that in the frame. But this is like $7,000, 7,000 stitches of just black, and that's not as fun. That's not as exciting. So I will plug and chug at it, but I'm not going to give it my entire attention because it's a lot. So this again is Motel by PandoraXStitch. I have a little bit of the devil's head and shoulders and his hand. This is about 500 stitches, I think, 400 stitches so far in it. I'm just gonna chip away at it as much as I can. This is what I'm currently working on because I can catch this one up pretty quickly. And this is the fabric I was talking about earlier, and that it was a weird fabric. This is Spooky Night by Tiny Modernist. unlike some of her other styles that I have not finished. This one, the releases are much smaller. They're also weekly, so I'm pretty sure I can catch up on this one this weekend and be fine. It's also the color, like the pattern calls for fancy flosses, like Gentle Art Sampler threads. There's a couple weak Style Works, and then there is a couple Classic Colorworks threads, which I have no problem with using them, but I didn't buy them fast enough, and so I don't have them. And so what I decided I was going to do is I was going to go in my Forbidden Fiber bag, because I've got a lot of Forbidden Fiber floss, and I was going to find some similar colors. So hopefully this works. If I need to substitute a color here and there because they're too similar, I will. I don't think I will have to. I think that's going to work just fine, but we'll see. I'm about 200 stitches in, which is just the frame of this first release and kind of working up on the base and into the flower. This is a really weird Jobelan. I've used Jobelan before, I'm sure. I tend to use more of a Lugana, which doesn't, and maybe that's the difference. Maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe that's the difference. Because the Lugana, or like other types of even weave, like the threads are much more matte and a lot less smooth. Like these are almost slick. They're so thin, or like so smooth. Now I'm sure as I work it, maybe that will work itself out. Get those over there so I have to think about them. I'm sure that will work itself out, but it is kind of odd. It's not necessarily unpleasant by any stretch, but it's almost like holding, like trying to stitch on like clothing because it's so slick. But we'll see how this works out. I'm pretty excited about it. This is Jobelan and Sage or Summer Khaki, which is a call for, and it is by, I don't know what company it's by actually. I will find out and put it in here because I have the little stitching shop like color card for it, but it doesn't say the designer of the fabric. It just says Tiny Modernist, a Spooky Night, which I already told you. So I'll find out and put it here. I'm going to be using, in addition to just regular old DMC black and white, I'll be using Corn Husk, Pumpkin Spice, Medallion, which is from my Goonies bag from a couple years, or last year, Tangerine, Troubadour, and Foxglove. And I think that should work just fine. There's not that many colors in this. The only thing I'm concerned about is whether these are different enough. But the two colors for here are like 166, which is like a really yellowy kind of mustardy green, and then 580, which is a moss, like a medium moss green, medium light moss green. So I think it should be fine. These purples are really different from, not really different, but they are more different than I would have liked. They're a bit more blue, but I think it'll work fine either way. So, and the oranges are fine. The oranges, one of them could be a bit lighter, but it's not enough for me to care about it. So that's what I'm working on currently. When I'm done with this video, that's what I'm going to be working on. Spooky Night by Tiny Modernist, and I started this literally last night. And then lastly but not least, I haven't started this yet, but this is going to be the Little Christmas Shops. I'm shaking the screen, sorry. Little Christmas Shops by Spruce Craft Co. I like building these. And it didn't have a called for fabric, but it's always, the model's always shown on white. I didn't want to do white. These are some of the colors that I don't like. If you've ever been on a video where I've talked about how I organize my floss, I have big floss rings, or thread keepers rather, that carry all of my shared flosses, right? So if it's on multiple projects, and then each project has its own little floss keeper for ones that aren't shared by other projects. So what I did is I went ahead and just kind of looked to see how this would look for these colors. I don't foresee it being a problem. Everything is backstitched as well, and there's nothing like everything is kind of like wintry and white and all that kind of snowy, that thing. So this is Nightstalker's Calling. This is a fabric I bought randomly when I first started buying from Nightstalker's Calling. This is Opal Lugana, 28 count, and this is just the right size I need. It's actually a little bit bigger than I need. And so I figured this would be a good kind of sky, wintry sky, but maybe nighty, but like nighttime, not nighty, like horse. But yeah. So I will hopefully start working on this soon too, because it's about 2,000 stitches. I can probably catch up on that one pretty quick. Pretty quick. Okay, so that's all that stuff. What I'm going to do first is do all of my stuff from that are just like purchases, like normal purchases. Oopsie. Alright. It's a bit of a mess, but I tried to organize as much as I possibly could. Okay, so first things first, this is my Nightstalker's Calling floss from last month, which would be Pride Month. So these are all Pride Month themed, which is what he did last year as well. Not the same colors by any stretch, but that June's colors were Pride Month themed. If I could open it, it's great. If you're ever interested in joining Nightstalker's floss, I also tried to, on an unrelated note, sort of, I also tried to look through my bag of Nightstalker's floss for Spooky Night, but his, as you'll see, are very, very much like super heavily variegated and would work really great if you're going to do like a monochrome kind of thing, but are not probably the best option for me anyways, for doing something that is going to be kind of like I'm substituting normal DMC, if that makes sense. If I want something really fun and interesting, Nightstalker's Calling is the way to go, because it is really, really pretty and very well done. Like, I always love his floss. If you're looking to get on his floss club, you can do it through Patreon. You can also buy the months as they go, sometimes, depending on what he has left, I suppose, from Etsy. I am in the one that comes with the floss, so I get 3 10-yard flosses. Sometimes he does 4 on some months. And then I also get my needle minder. So the needle minder says, live proud, live loud. And we have transsexual pride, we have pansexual pride, and we have bisexual pride. And they are all super, super pretty. They are very pretty, very pretty. I love this. I love this. Very pretty, very pretty. These will need to go in the bag, though. So that's my Nightstalker's Calling. These are from A Sunrise Grove on Etsy. These are the floss keepers, or the thread keepers I prefer. I actually have one more that's in, like, it has like a moth. Oh, it's right here. Haha, sweet. So this is my thread keep from, I just told you guys about it. I literally just told you about it. From Little Christmas Shops. So I actually do have all of them, which is good. So these are just 3, I get 3 small ones, and I try to get a couple big ones too, and I just kind of go for ones I don't already have so I can keep them separate. She has a lot of flowers. I have one that has my Hell Hotel flosses are on a one with a dragon on it, because I thought that was ironic. So I get big ones for some of my bigger projects, and then I get some of these smaller ones for most projects, because they're on a smaller one if it shares a lot of other threads. So A Sunrise Grove, cannot ever recommend them enough, and they are super high quality. They're nice and thick. They always smell like real wood. I love it. I love it. They are super pretty. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. This is my BeStitchMe fabric of the month, and my BeStitchMe silks of the month. Again, I think I talked about this last time. When I got my first one, I'm doing the silks, because I don't really have a lot of silk thread. I don't use a lot of silk thread, but it's interesting, and I want to use it because I like the way it feels. So I get, I think it's 7 10-yard hanks, or not hanks, but 10-yard skeins of floss, and I believe they're just from her normal line. I don't think they're any specific. So this is Sunburn, Shimmer, Njord, Lilith, which is a really pretty, like, pinky purple, Fairy Wrens, Pistachio, and Lemonade, which are nice summery colors. I like them a lot, and they are very soft and smooth. And I'll put them back in their bag so I don't fuck them up, because that will happen if I'm not careful. Alright. And then the fabric is Dusk. And if I remember correctly, I have the one that does neutral, fun color, neutral, fun color, neutral, fun color. So I want to say my last one was a more neutral color. Dusk. I get mine in 28 count Lugana, because that is my favorite type of fabric. And it is 1/4 of a yard. So it's very pretty, very light pink. Kind of reminds me a lot of Cacao, and the one that, which is the one that Fine Frog's Sal was on. And then the one on for Wicked Woods, which is Hide Behind. Kind of reminds me of that kind of color. Wisteria-y. This is my fabric of the month from Witch's Garden Crafts, and I have been getting her 16 count Ada for most of the time I've gotten her fabric. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't see myself. And if I can't see myself, I don't know if I'm in frame. This is walnut. This is last month, I believe. And it's this really pretty dark brownie gray, which is like super interesting and can be used for lots of things. So very nice, very nice. This is my project bag of the month from Simply Narelle. Her bags always come with some goodies. They come with a matching thing of floss and then a little like pattern that matches the bag, and then she always sends a little thank you thing, and then this is the matching floss. So I love it. I love her bags. I have more of her bags than just about anything. The only one that I can probably say competes with the number of bags I have is Golden Familiars, which I'll be talking about soon because I have something very exciting about Golden Familiars because Renee is a saint. We'll do this one real quick. This is my first order from Caterpillar Crossstitch. So Caterpillar Crossstitch, for those of you who aren't super familiar with them, is a UK-based, for me they give kind of like Tiny Modernist vibes, a little bit more classic type Tiny Modernist vibes. So what I did is I went ahead and joined their All-Star Stitchers Club because it gives you extra things and a cool little needle minder that looks like a Blockbuster sign. I don't know if they did that on purpose because I don't know that they have Blockbuster in, how do you get it out? I swear I have a master's degree and sometimes it still takes me ages to do stuff. Anyways, it looks like a little Blockbuster card, which again, I don't know that they had Blockbuster in the UK. They might have, but it's cool. It's cute. All-Star Stitchers 2025 comes with a little free needle minder. And then it comes with lots of different like free patterns and then like early access to things like SALs. So this is my first SAL from Caterpillar Crossstitch. So I went ahead and got a kit. And then the pattern hasn't released yet. So I'll probably have to put this straight into a bag. This came with all kinds of like fun little things. I think this is something I must have bought from Amazon because I don't know why a manicure tool would be in this. I'm pretty sure that's not from that. So it comes with these cute little acrylic bat thread keeps, right? Super cute. I don't tend to use stuff like this anymore just because it ends up with really messy floss for me. But they're adorable. Maybe I will put them on there. I don't know. We'll see. It came with its own little needle minder. Which needle minder, I'm not going to lie to you, is part of the reason, like probably most of the reason why I got the kit, not just the patterns and the fabric. I mean, I could have bought fabric anywhere, to be honest. It's not a particularly, abnormal fabric color. But it comes with this cute little cauldron needle minder, which I love. And then the fabric is this purple linen. I believe I got this in linen. This is really pretty. It's kind of like, again, lavender wisteria purple. And then it comes with all the threads that you'll need here. I'm probably more likely to use these than I am to use these just because this I think stays neater. We'll see how that, if that actually is true. We'll see. Comes with a little like, stitching instruction card that I don't particularly need, but it is cute. So once the patterns come in, I'll start this one. I want to say it starts the 17th. So let me put this someplace where I can get it out of my way. Alright, so I'll put these in its own little bag just so that it's away and neat. So put that over there. Oh, come back. I dropped everything. So needle minders will go on my needle minder wall because I don't use needle minders because they're heavy when you stitch in hand. This is a couple of my most recent fabric, Forbidden Fiber Co. Purchases, right? And maybe if I don't end up liking the Nightstalkers one, maybe I'll go for this one. Just because it's similar vibe but lighter, maybe. Anyway, so this was from an Oopsie bag, I'm pretty sure, which is just 4th Yard fabrics. I want to say you get 3 or 4 of them, which means I might be missing one somewhere. Which means I probably dropped it or lost it or something, who knows. But I get these 4 little Oopsies. Very nice, very nice. To go in my giant stash of Forbidden Fiber Co. fabric, and I've got quite a bit of it. And then I got a couple of different little projects. I like that they kit theirs up, and I like that it comes with its own little project bag. But I got this one, I believe, is Fairy Garden. Little fairy dust goes a long way. really pretty fabric. I actually really like that. It's called Whimsical Wisteria. It always comes with all of the floss you need, and usually a little needle minder. And then I use these little bags for like lots of little different things because they're not super big. Not that I really need a lot of them because I don't use like a hoop or anything, but they're not super big, and they can do, like, they don't look like cross stitch bags sometimes, so I can use them for other things. Sometimes I go and I buy the big ones because they are available, to be honest. This one was Cinderella. So you have Casablanca, which is a really pretty color, and it's Have Courage and Be Kind. That's sweet. Cute. Cute. So, Have Courage and Be Kind. I think that is pertinent currently. Very pertinent. And for those of you, no. Never mind. I'm not going to start an argument. This one is Golden Girls themed. Thank you for being a friend. And it comes with Bungalow. And then all the floss. And I Love Miami. So, picture it, Cicely. One year for Halloween, I was a Golden Girl. I was actually Sophia from Golden Girls because I was the shortest in my group of friends that were doing it with me. And so I did age makeup on everyone because I was a theater kid. So I went through and like aged everyone. We wore like wigs and like, you know, sprayed our hair white and all that kind of stuff. It was fun. It was probably I'm probably the most proud of that costume than I am of any other costume. Okay, so now let's talk Stitching Sirens. So Stitching Sirens was the last weekend in June, so 2 weekends ago. It was a blast and a half. I love it even more now that I'm, you know, I stitch regularly with my friends from Under the Sea Fabrics, and got to volunteer this year, which was a lot of fun because I like to do kind of stuff like that. And so I got to pretend like I knew what I was doing at the shop. Well, not at the shop, at the like little pop-up shop. And I went and like relieved someone from the actual shop for lunch so that they would have someone who could help them, and I helped set up and all that kind of stuff too. So loved it. It was a blast. It's always a blast. If I can get this. This year's theme was Stitching the Stars, and my little guy got wet, so he's not doing so hot. But now I have more flare, which I love that my flare just kind of keeps growing. So my flare is growing. I'm a fabric junkie, a spooky stitcher, a stitch witch, a Flosstube, and a volunteer. So, Stitching the Stars, Stitching Sirens, Retreat. I don't have this as organized as it was prior to because it was sitting on my desk and in my way. So, first things first is something, I'll just kind of name it as I go. This was one of our little Floss Fairy gifts, and it's a little UFO. It's a little UFO. He's so cute. He's so cute. Came with this little star clip thingy that I can put on one of my project bags that I've accidentally broken the star off of. Sometimes those Forbidden Fiber Co bags, as great as they are, they have those little charms on the zipper pull, and I'm a Destructall. And these little pins. So, and this will become my new like travel orc container. I think that's the best thing I can do. So there's that. Here's my little ducky, which I've been keeping. I think I have the other one somewhere. They might have migrated somewhere. This is probably the coolest thing ever. This was my mystery box. Someone made this for me. One of the, she also stitches at the shop on a different day during the morning. And so this is what she made. She made the actual inserts, and then she put it in this little box. And the box is great. I don't know where I'm going to put it in my giant pile of stuff I have. But she did a great job, and I'm super happy with it. So just going to pull some of this stuff out. Nordic Gold, which I've never heard of before. But we'll see. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty silver. Ironic. It's not gold. And she must have heard me saying something and knew that I was going to... It's not possible. She didn't hear me say this. But I've always wanted to try sulky threads, and now I have my little thing of sulky threads. So for those of you who don't know, sulky threads are cotton floss where you don't have to double up because each strand of floss is roughly equal to two strands of DMC. And each of these spools carries about 50 yards, I believe. And so, sulky cotton. I'm very excited. This one is the... It doesn't say which one it is. Like what set it is, because they come in all these little sets. But very exciting. I have been wanting to, oh, here we are. Winter Sampler Collection. So it's got like an orange, or not an orange, a white, green, red, blue, purple, and then this like variegated kind of like Mardi Gras colors to me. Blue, purple, yellow, green, that kind of thing. So very cool. She said she got this from a little like gift shop in Austin, and it's super cute little card holder. Would be great for like little tools of some sort. She got me a couple little patterns. We got a frog, sorry, a Quirky Quaker frog, which I've been eyeing for a while. This is My Happy Place, which I think this was, oh yeah, it is. She numbered everything with the little like these little Mickey Mouse cards, which was really clever. This one is a treasure braid. A treasure braid. She made me a little needle book. Thread bed. I guess that's probably more of a thread bed. Very cute. These little mini petites, Mill Hill glass beads. Yep, she got these 4 little packs. They're cute. She got me a moon journal, which I haven't opened up yet. It's pretty cool. I like that this thing kind of turns, so like the little wheel turns. These little star earrings, which are cute. She made this, if I remember correctly, which is a little needle minder with a connected like threader. Very cute and beautiful. Actually, is absolutely beautiful. And then I got a pair of socks as well. Little frog socks, because they're cute. So I'm going to put these someplace where I can remember to throw those in the wash. And then I'm just going to load all this back up in here, because that's the only way I can think to do this. So there we go. All I need is silk and thread and linen so fine, a golden needle, and stitching time. When I picked up, because it was in a box with Christmas wrapping paper, when I picked it up, I expected it to be a lot lighter, and so I almost like it. I didn't drop it or almost drop it, but I was like, whoa! And then I opened it up and I saw just that inside the box because she had like wrapped it and packed it. She didn't want anyone like shaking it, is what she told me later. And so, or she wanted to be prepared in case someone shook it, because they do. And so I like picked it up and I was like, either this was a mistake or because it's really pretty. Like, that's nice. Like, that's a very nice box. I put a lot of effort into my mystery bags, but I put a lot of effort into the stuff I put into it. Like, I like to buy stuff for it. I tend to just put it in like a gift bag because that's the easiest thing to do. But next year, maybe I'll do a box or something. Maybe I'll do like a little sewing box. That might be cute. Anyways, these are some of my smalls. I got a little biscuits. What is this called? Biscuits coaster, which I'll never actually use as a coaster because I don't want to ruin the stitching by accident. Because these things can happen, and I'm not going to ruin it. So super cute. I love the back stitch on here. Super cute. I have a really, I'm really lucky. I almost always find something from Leslie, who's the shop owner. I got one of her smalls, so I got Always. Very cute. It has nice backing. She always like finishes hers adorably. And then this one is from our table smalls exchange, and this is from my friend Sonia, and it's a little thread bed. She makes her little thread beds, and it has a little bat. It's super cute. It's super cute. I might have to be a bed threader. I might need to become a bed threader, a person who puts things on thread beds, which is again, I guess, a bed threader. I don't know. This is one of our little Floss Fairy gifts. It's 2 classic Colorworks and Little Sprout, and I'm going to open them, but I guess I will. So 2 classic Colorworks threads and Little Sprout and Caroling, and then 1 Threadworks. So very cute, very cute. This was one of the table gifts I got. This is from Bird here on YouTube and on Instagrams. She went to her first Stitching Sirens retreat and was at our table, and so she made us little hand-drawn mermaid. What is it called? Needle minders. It's adorable. It's very well made. It's super cute. She thought it was funny that I got this one because it had pink curly hair, and my hair is red now, but it was pretty pink for a while there. I'm going to leave this one to last because I want to show you and talk about it at the same time. This is a pattern, which I'm not going to show you the pattern, but this is the 2 Nightstalker's Callings and the treasure thread that comes with it. So there's these are like custom colorways. So it's like this little purple, not purple, geez Louise, gold, kind of like pinky gold yellow, right? And then this teal, and then a treasure braid. I'm not going to show you the pattern. This was what I got a door prize, which I never win door prizes, but I got a skein or hank, I guess, of Gloriana silk in a limited like color. It's not like a named color, but it's super pretty, super pretty. Again, trying to get more into silk. And then these are some of the patterns I got. So I'm just going to pick them up. Let me see the easiest way to do it. I think that's the easiest way to do it. So we got Lulu Stitches in red and ripe, which is this little strawberries. Cute. I got All in a Row by October Home. Loohoo Stitches. I misspoke. Loohoo Stitches. All in a Row by October House. Antique Locks and Keys. Which of these like sampler type ones, this is probably one I'm more likely to do because that's super cool. Antique Lock and Keys by Shakespeare's Peddler. This one was kind of one of the themed like stitches that we got for the, like it was themed for the retreat. So this is Stitch the Stars by Wildflower Stitching. Super pretty, and I think I might have that fabric. Yeah, it's Tempest. I actually ended up buying that fabric, and then this one is the actual themed kit. This is one that was kitted up for the retreat. Among the Stars by who's this by? Stitch and Kitten. Stitch and Kitten Among the Stars. I was like, I put their like their models out. So I was like, why can't I remember who's this from? Stitch and Kitten, Stitch the Stars. It's actually very cute little, like, it makes me think of like Sailor Moon. Then you have Stitch the Stars again. Oh, this is Among the Stars was the cat one. And this is by Textile Crafts. It's super cute, super cute. You have a little wildflower like freebie. I'm not gonna show you that. And then this is another kind of pack of free charts that was part of our thing. But look at this Bella Filipina, super pretty, super pretty. And this one was just I got these 2 out of a bag of extra patterns that we had before that we weren't going to put on the stash table for some reason. I can't remember exactly why. So I went ahead and pulled out the 2 long dogs. Those are the only 2 samplers I'm likely to do. I like long dogs. I haven't worked on my long dog in a while, but this is kind of stuff that would work really well for Nightstalkers because it's monochromatic. And so if you have a really highly variegated yarn floss, it would look really cool, especially if you were able to kind of like organize your stitches in a way that made that a little bit easier. Here we go for talk about fabrics. Then I have a couple little table gifts to show you. So these are fabrics from Under the Sea Fabric. Of course, I went and bought a whole bunch. I almost always buy a good set of the Feeling Lucky fabrics because I like to use these for smalls because they're like usually a smaller cut of fabric, a stitcher's 1/8 usually, and then I can use them for fun stuff. So this one is Amaryllis and it's opal, and this is my 16 count Ada. This one is Hiding, of course. Sorry for the conkles. This is Hecate, which actually I have another one of Hecate. One of my smallest this last year, or for this last retreat, was on an opal Hecate in a linen, so it was a lot darker. This is Lugana. This is 28 count Lugana Hecate. It's very pretty, very pretty. This one is Danu, and this is my 14 count Ada. I went through and just bought one of all the fabrics I actually like to work on. I didn't get any like 40 counts or 20 counts, so that's a bit too small for me. I don't even think I got any 18 counts, to be honest. This might, no, I don't think I got any 18 counts. So 14 count Lugana, 14 count Ada rather, in Danu. He's Hiding. This is Tarnished Silver, which I've actually never seen this color. It's a really pretty like gray. And this is 28 count linen. And This must be my 32 count linen. No, this is 28 count Joblin in Whimsical Winter. They're pretty. They're pretty. Again, I like to get these little Feeling Lucky fabrics because these are really good for smalls. I still have some left over from the fabrics I used for smalls because, again, they're like Stitch's 8th and smalls are small fabrics. Or small patterns, rather. So, very cool, very cool. Oh, I forgot Narelle. And then I got fabrics from the actual shop as well. I went ahead and got, I think I got 4th yards. Then I didn't get the half. I got the 4th yards from most of these. I might have gotten a couple halves. I don't remember. So this is Carmen. And like I said, I was going to show you the difference. So this is Carmen in Lugana. I don't know if you can see this. Hopefully you can. Carmen in Lugana. And then this one is the Carmen in Linen. And it's really, really like much darker, right? And it's got quite a bit more like purpley blue in there. Really pretty fabric. Really, really pretty fabric. However, I just thought maybe some of the detail would get lost on it, so I went ahead and went with the lighter color. I think it will work better for that project anyways, but this is gorgeous. I got this one in 32 count linen, Carmen. I got Nayab. I'm assuming I'm spelling that or pronouncing that correctly. Another 4th yard. This is in 32 count linen as well. It is beautiful, very sea colors. I like it. I like it a lot. This one is Tempest, I'm pretty sure. Tempest, which is the one that the fabric, or that pattern, the Stitching Stars pattern was on. I got a really like brightly modeled one, and this is in 36 count linen, which is about the smallest you'll see me. Again, that's 18. I don't tend to do 18 count Aida because the stitches look really smushed, but I will occasionally do a 36 count linen. And then I also got Sea Witch, and this is 16 count Aida, and this is a much more like straight purple, which is really pretty. Purple is my favorite color. I will always get a lot of purple. And then this is the fabric for that little, for this project. So that is all of my fabric from there. Olive. And then these are a couple of my little stitching, table gifts. So this one my friend Alex made, and her husband apparently was like, you should give them a table as a table gift. And so she made little tables. They're adorable. It is freaking so cute. And I don't know if you can see those, but that's a spoon and a fork for little pins. Cute. And it's magnetic, in case you didn't see that. So it's adorable. My friend Shayla made seam rippers. Beautiful, beautiful. I like that I can do this, and it makes a noise. Very cute. And my friend Shayla got us a big old bag of stuff. So, she thought this would be good. So if you're gonna make your own little chatelaine, is what she likes to do. She has like a lanyard. I don't like having a lanyard on that long because that just feels weird to me. I don't know, it feels like I'm being choked, I guess. I don't know. But she made little, she has all the little stuff you would need if you wanted to make your own little chatelaine. So this is like a little pill case, you could say, right? And she thought that this would be a good place to put your needles. And you can hang it on your chatelaine, so you don't have to worry about it. This is for chapstick. Cute. And I believe this was also like a little, like needle minder type thing. Okay, I can't open it with nails. I'll figure that out later. She got us all these little scissor fobs as well. Actually, I had a couple more scissor fobs. I don't know where they went. And a scrunchie. I love it. Everything is great. Everyone is super generous. This year I did not think about doing table gifts, and so I didn't do them. And so I ended up just buying a whole bunch of snacks for the table. Next year I think I'm going to do I'm going to make like counting pins. I'm very excited about that. I have a whole bunch of stuff you can't see off here that I'm going to try to do that for. Okay, last but not least is my purchase from Golden Familiars. I always make a purchase from Golden Familiars. I got a Stay Golden Motherfuckers needle minder. That's adorable. And will probably go in here. And then I have another one of these. I have one that's got like vintage Halloween on it, but I don't know where I put it. I think it's over there. But I'm going to start using these as a bit more of the project bag I carry, the project I'm going to work on at Stitching Night too. Just because I think that this will be a little bit easier for me to mind than having to worry about carrying everything else. But I get the ones that don't have the bobbins because I don't use bobbins. And this one is just this cute, like, etoile pattern, I think is what they're called. But it's got aliens. And I'll put a little picture here. I'm getting a custom bag. This is the exciting part. I'm getting a custom bag from Golden Familiars. Renee is super cool. And I'm getting a custom bag with a similar pattern. I'll put it here. But it's Godzilla. It's like end of the world apocalyptic Godzilla. So there's like a giant ant and like the Lady Liberty like sinking underwater. And Renee actually found not only the one that I had found, the white pattern version of this, which is here, but she also found the dark version of it, which is also here. And so she's going to make me kind of a contrasting color bag. So custom stitch bag. And so I'm very excited. That won't be here for a good long while. I told her to take her time too. I was like, do not worry about it. I'm not in any rush. I was not coming into this thinking I have like a knot on my forehead. I don't know. Maybe it's where my third eye is coming through. Maybe not. I think it's probably where my bonnet sits. But I'm very excited. Very, very excited. You know, I wasn't expecting to get a custom bag. But most of my friends in my stitching group do have one. And so they were like looking at fabrics. And I was like, I want to look at fabrics. So I like found Spoonflower's Etsy page rather. And like went and looked and I found this Godzilla pattern. And I was like, I fucking need this. Like, this is what I want. And she was like, done. We can do that. And so she's going to make me one. I'm very excited. That's what I got for you. Again, this is a bit of a longer video because of all the stash that I got. All my haul. My dragon's hoard, if you will. I'm very excited. And I'm going to get back to stitching. See you later. Bye.